Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Slam Dunk Festival 2024. The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus on the lineup, and the guys join me now. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Awesome.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We were just looking at some old school Slam Dunk posters and seeing some of the lineups. It's so nice to see familiar faces kind of coming back again and again. You must be delighted to be back over here in the UK playing for these fans once again, right?
It's been awesome, man. And on a lot of those bands you're mentioning, we're friends with.
Yeah.
So we've been hanging out all day with some of people that we haven't seen in years. So it's been really fun so far.
Yeah, and the weather is absolutely phenomenal. So that's like a blessing in its own.
The level of shock from every American band I've spoken to today, like, what? No, it's welly weather over. That's what we plan for every summer, and so do we. To be fair, we got very, very lucky today. Talk to me a little bit about putting together a kind of festival set for something like this. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of songs that never leave the set, the kind of bigger hits that the crowd always knows. Do you find that you kind of have to tweak the set a little bit more when it's going to be a festival thing like this? What's the kind of deal with that?
Yeah, actually we do. We've been a band for 21 years, so we've played tons of festivals. So we have learned over that time that there's a difference between your normal headlining set and a festival set. As for this one, we threw in a special cover of our favorite band, Blink-182, and of course that went off. Like people absolutely lost it. All the small things, which I was listening to when I was in high school. So like that's what people always say to me, that they listen to my band in high school. And then the other thing that we always add at least one new song. So we played our most current single, which is called Brace Yourself. And then other than that, we just smashed them with the hits the whole time.
Yeah, that's great. That's nice to be able to just kind of throw in some new bits as well. It's always good to kind of mix it up like that. Tell me a little bit about Brace Yourself, actually. How did that one kind of come together? And working on more new music, I guess, at the minute. Is that the kind of idea?
Yeah, we have brand new album. We just finished it. It's done and ready to go. We're gonna put out 1 or 2 songs this year, but the album actually comes out next year.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. But wow, all done and done, kind of ready to go at this point, at least.
It's ready to go. We signed a new deal, which is pretty awesome for us, with a label called Better Noise.
Oh, great.
Asking Alexandria, who's playing later, I think they're on Better Noise.
They are indeed.
So a lot of awesome bands on the roster, and we're happy to be part of it.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really exciting. Good to see you guys kind of back at it with the new music, especially as, you're like you say, you've been a band for 21 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're looking at like 18 years since the debut, right? I mean, 18 years since the debut album. We're hitting that kind of weird milestone anniversary that it is. It's kind of crazy.
Yep, it's almost 20 years.
My God,
Yeah,
we're getting there. We're catching them up.
We're going to have a pretty awesome release also with the 20-year anniversary. We're releasing a symphonic edition of our original album, which is also already done.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I love that you guys plan for stuff like this. I mean, that's always a question I have when we hit these album anniversaries. It's not so much what's changed, because that's always obvious with bands, right? You can see how bands change and develop and grow. But what stayed the same? Did you learn anything making that first album that actually still applies to what you guys do right now when you get in the studio? Anything stay the same from those early days to now?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Randy said, we literally re-recorded the entire record, but symphonic edition style. We put one song out to show people what it was going to sound like, and that called Face Down Symphonic. I think it's Symphonic Edition, right? Okay, so that's out now. You can check it out. But we systematically went through each song. So while you're doing that, you're like remembering all the little tricks that you used, and I think that freshened us up before we made that new record.
That's great.
So it was like we went back into Don't You Fake It first, and then made this new album. And I definitely think that helped us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. We also actually had our original sessions from Dave Bendeth. So we used a lot of like just the tricks that we did then. Like you learn that stuff. Like he's really cool with producing, lets you hang out over his shoulder, and if you want to learn, like he wants to feed you. So it was cool to like re-look at like some of the things that we did and like apply those again in the acoustic setting. Also we had piano, a string quartet. Sometimes there's oboes, sometimes there's flutes, sometimes there's various percussive elements.
Yeah.
Whatever the vibe is, but this is gonna really feature Ronnie's vocals, especially because some people they hear it, but they don't know exactly. You know how it is when you're singing along for the first time with the song, right? Yeah. After a chorus or two, you kind of understand what's going on, and then sometimes later on you'll read lyrics like, oh, that one word's different to this word. His voice is gonna be out of the mix more than it was before, to where it's gonna just hit people harder than it ever has. And it's also a demographic transcender. Like kids can be like, hey mom, check this out, or grandma, and they're gonna be like, I like that, what band is that? And then they'll play a different version and be like, whoa, that's loud, that's too. So it's
they won't like the old one.
Yeah, but the point is that it's a demographic transcender. It's it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful. That's so. What a lovely place to be in at this point in your career as well, to be able to reflect like that and see all those things. It's just really, really nice to see it develop. Question we've been asking absolutely everybody here today. So, as we mentioned before, stacked lineup at Slam Dunk. So many old friends of yours out there. You know, lots of amazing, exciting new bands. If there's anyone on this lineup that you could work with that you haven't already worked with, maybe for a tour, maybe for a song, who would it be? Who would you love to work with this weekend?
I can answer that for sure. I'm a big All-American Rejects fan. So a lot of these other bands we have already toured with, or I would have mentioned them. But that's one band that we haven't toured with that one day I would like to. All-American Rejects.
Yeah, we have done a lot of festivals with them.
Yeah, but we haven't toured with them.
Right. But never an actual tour.
Come on, guys, take us on tour.
Yeah, Slam Dunk before with them. A lot of places in the States, festival-wise, but like not a tour. So yeah, that would be tight.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think that's one as well where it's like the fan bases definitely cross over in a big way.
Yeah,
so I think it'll be really fun. Oh, fingers crossed for the future of that one. Guys, really nice to chat to you. Like I say, welcome back to Slam Dunk, welcome back to the UK, and best of luck with the new music. We'll catch up soon, all right?
Thank you so much.
Good to see you guys. All right, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.